Good morning, everyone, and welcome and thank you all for sparing time and joining today's webinar. Myself, Dr. Sudhir Tyagi, Professor and Head, Department of Library and Information Science, Swami Vivekanand Subharti, University, Meerut. Our today's webinar topic is plagiarism detection and avoidance. Plagiarism is an unethical aspect and is considered a serious academic crime. One should refrain from such activities in order to maintain honesty in research communication. Maintaining academic integrity is very important in the delivery of information. I hope this webinar will help you to aware about plagiarism detection softwares, regulations, and its avoidance to support academic integrity in higher education setup. At Subharti, we are encouraging and committed to produce genuine and ethical research. Subharti University is using Orkund software to check the similarity of the content. If you have any question during the presentation, just write them in chat box. Question and answer session will be at the end of presentation. Now I introduce our today's speaker, Mrs. Gunjan Jain. Mrs. Gunjan Jain is holding the position of Assistant Librarian at the Indian Law Institute, Delhi. She is Masters in Library and Information Science, MA Political Science, UGC NET. She has experience of more than 13 years and has served various organizations in different professional capacities. Mrs. Jain is the co-editor of Index to Indian Legal Periodicals. She has published various research papers at national and international levels. Mrs. Jain is a good orator and wonderful trainer in use of ICT resources in teaching, learning, and research. Now I would like to invite Mrs. Gunjan Jain to continue with the presentation.
And thank you the entire team of Subharti for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to give a presentation on a very relevant topic, that is plagiarism and copyright. So I'll share my screen with you all.
Okay. Yes.
Is my screen is visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay, thank you. So today I'm going to talk about copyright and plagiarism. Initially, I'll start with the copyright because copyright is correlated with the plagiarism somewhere. When we are talking about the copyright is basically a kind of an intellectual property right, which is given to a creator of any work by the state for a specific period of a time. And copyright is basically given by the law for the creator of a literary, dramatic, musical, and the artistic work, or the producer of a cinematographic film or the sound recording. And it is a bundle of rights. It is a bundle of rights which includes reproduction and the communication to the public, adoption, translation of the work, and these rights basically are given for a specific period of a time, not for the entire or the whole life. And these are the rights which are given for the work which are in a tangible form. Like if your work is just in your mind, if your creation is only in your mind, then that is not protected against the copyright. That should be in a tangible form, then only your rights can be protected by the law. And these rights are given in the case of a literary work like if you create any literary work, then you have certain kinds of rights which is provided by the law. These rights include, like, you can recreate the work, you can reproduce the work, you can issue a copy to the public, you can create a drama or some performance on the basis of your work, you can communicate your work, like you can organize a lecture according to, you can create a kind of a debate on the form of a, on the basis of your work. You can create a cinematographic film, you can change the language of the film, like for example, if any movies produced in the form of in the Tamil language or a Telugu language, then you can recreate in the form of in the Hindi language or a English language. You can translate the work in the form of a novel or a something, you can adopt your work in some other works also. Then these are the rights provided by the law. And basically the copyrights which is provided to you is not for your entire life. These are basically provided to you for a certain period of a time. For example, in the case of a literary, dramatic, musical and the artistic work, these rights will remain 60 years or after the death of the author. And in the form of like if that is a cinematographic film, photographs, publications of the government, then also 60 years from the beginning of the publication of the next calendar year. For example, if your work is published in 2020, then from 2020 plus 60 years your copyright will exist. But in case of a broadcasting and the performers case, then the copyright will remain for 25 years from the beginning of the next calendar year. For example, your work is created in 2020, then 25 years will start from 2021. If you like infringe any person's copyright, then that act is punishable. But there are certain acts which are against the copyright. For example, if you will not take the permission and you will produce the copies of certain book or certain document, then that is against the copyright. And for, if you like, if you will create a drama, if you will create a drama without the permission, and if you create a film on the basis of certain novel, then that is also against the copyright. If you will like create a multiple copies of some article or some books without the permission of a copyright holder, then that work is also against copyright. But if you are using certain documents or certain literary work for a fair use, like if you use the work for your research purpose, for your personal use, for the library work, then that is not against copyright. Then that is these rights are protected against in the copyright law. For example, if you use certain copyright work in judicial proceedings, then that is in a fair use. If you create a drama, if you do some performance on the basis of some copyrighted work, which is for a non-profit use and for supporting some legal or social cause, then that is also not against the copyright. These are the some copyright works which I discussed with you, but the copyrights are protected against the law. But there are certain material which is copyleft, that is completely opposite with the copyrighted material. Copyleft material क्या होता है? That is this there that material is not the protected in the as per the copyright law. For example, if I create a software or something and I give all the rights to general public to recreate that work, to modify that work, to use and adopt that work as per their concern, then that is a copyleft material. But for example, if for some person is using my copyleft material, then that person should also give those kind of opportunities or the rights to other person at the time of a distribution. For example, in a library, there is a software DSpace or a Koha. Then that is a copyleft material because the source code is available with the public. But if I uh, if I create some other software on the basis of that DSpace coding, then I should also provide that coding or the things in a public domain to other members also. So that is a copyleft material in the research or the university or in a higher education departments. Many times we need to use the resources for our research purpose or for our studies purpose. In that case, we need so many references, we need to redistribute that, we need to create our studies samples and something like that. In that case we need so many material which is not in a copyrighted domain. So in that case we can use the copyleft material. If I require any copyleft material, I can use Creative Commons work. There are so many licenses under the Creative Commons according to which I can use, adopt, I can use the images in my studies, and these are not protected again in the copyright law. For example, there are various type of license like CC BY. In that case, the entire document is completely free. You can adopt that material, you can recreate on the basis of your, and there is no need to take any permission from the copyright holder because these all are the copyleft material. So there are various kind of licenses provided under the copyleft material in the Creative Commons licenses. These are CC BY, CC BY SA, CC BY ND, and CC NC. The CC BY NC and ND is the least open document, and CC BY is the most open document, which is used by without giving any attribution or something. If you require any copyleft material, then you can use that http www.oercommons.org. In that you can search the content and you can use the content without obtaining any permission from the copyright. And there is another site that is Creative Commons. You can also search the content or the images in the Creative Commons website, and you can reuse those images without proper taking permissions. Now let's come to the plagiarism. Earlier I talked about copyright and the plagiarism. Copyright basically is the rights which are protected by the law, but plagiarism is not protected by the law, but these are the violation of the author's right, and these are the violation of the copyright law. And copyright is protected again as per the IPC, and plagiarism is penalized as per the UGC norms. Copyright is a time specific. For example, I told you the 60 years or the 25 years as per the document, but plagiarism would arise anytime during your whole lifetime. And copyright is a violation against the copyright holder, while plagiarism is an offense against the author. So there is slightly difference between the copyright and the plagiarism. Plagiarism arises in the copyrighted material as well as in the copyleft material. But now the plagiarism. Plagiarism basically is the use of another's original words, ideas, and we are producing them as our own. Anytime you borrow or any original source and without giving due credit to the authors or without mentioning the exact source, in that case we are committing a plagiarism. For example, I created an article. I took so many references from different sources and I create my own article. But I am not giving the exact source or I am not giving a due credit to the author. In that case, I am plagiarizing my document. एंड ऐसा इन प्लेजरिज्म इट्स नॉट लाइक कि मैं 40-60 साल तक ही मेरे वर्क को लेके मैं कोई मेरे पे क्वेश्चन लगा सकता है. इन प्लेजरिज्म इन माय एंटायर लाइफ टाइम एनीवन कैन क्वेश्चन अबाउट माय वर्क. And according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, plagiarism means to steal and pass off your others' work as your own, and to use another's production without crediting the source, and to commit a literary theft, and to present as new and original and any idea or product derived from an existing source. There are various kind of a plagiarism or the acts which are considered as a plagiarism. For example, I am creating someone else's work as my own. I am copying someone else's idea as my own. And I'm not giving due credit to the other person. I'm not giving a quotations on others' sayings. I'm giving incorrect information about the source or about the quotation. I'm just changing out few words or the structure of a my article, and that is basically derived from some original source, and I am copying many words or like 10 lines from 10 sources, and I'm not giving that credits to them, but I am making it as my own because I took one line from different source, one from different, and making it my own paragraph. So these all are the kind of a plagiarism. These are the different types of a plagiarism. Basically, the clone, control C, find or replace. Like, for example, if I use synonyms, for example, for some word, and the entire structure of my paragraph is same. So then that is also a plagiarism. If I took one line, two lines from different sources, that is a plagiarism. If I use multiple resources and I'm not giving the due credit to that resources, those all are the kinds of a plagiarism and different types of a plagiarism. In India, basically, in internationally, we can say that we are working and moving ahead for the original research to compete with at the international level research. But in India, we are lacking behind because there is literally a very less original research is happening in India, and that's why our government or UGC is very strict about the research, and they are trying to maintain the academic integrity. That's why UGC come up with the policies on plagiarism. That is, UGC issued plagiarism policies, that is a promotion on academic integrity and prevention of plagiarism in higher education and institutions regulations 2018. And these policies the UGC came up with is applicable to all the students, faculty, researchers, staff of all the higher education institutions, whether those are private, deemed, government, public, doesn't matter, but these policies are applicable to all of them. And as per that UGC policy, they have not include like if you copy or any kind of a material, that is a plagiarism. No, they have given clear cut guidelines like what is excluded in plagiarism and what should be included in a plagiarism. For example, what are the exclusions from plagiarism? Like for example, all quoted from work, like for example, if I give a proper quote in my work, then that is not a plagiarism. Like if I obtain a permission or if I'm giving a due credit to the author, in that case that work is not considered as a plagiarism. For all the references you put in your article or in your thesis, all the bibliographies, table of contents, preface and acknowledgement, that is not a part of a plagiarism. All the generic terms, all the standard abbreviations, all the common knowledge, standard equations, those are not the part of a plagiarism. For example, everyone knows that India is India's Republic Day is on 26th January. If I wrote that, then that may come in a red, like when I am checking the similarity index, but that not should not be a part of a plagiarism. And if I am writing a 614 consecutive word and the similar words, then that is also not a part of a plagiarism. But there are certain part of your article or your thesis in which zero tolerance policy is adopted under plagiarism guidelines. For example, if you are writing an abstract of your paper or your thesis, if you are writing a summary, if you are writing a hypothesis, observations, your work results, conclusions, recommendation, then there should not be any kind of a plagiarism in these parts of your work. There is a zero plagiarism policy in these areas, and UGC has mentioned different level of a plagiarism. For example, they have given 4 levels in their guidelines. There is level 0, level 1, level 2 and 3. Level 0 is like 0 to 10%. ऐसा नहीं है अगर आपका वर्क यू से कि 6% है तो जी मेरा प्लेजरिज्म नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं होता. इफ योर वर्क इज 6% और 5%, or 9%, that is also a plagiarism, but yes, there is no punishment. That is considered as a minor level of a plagiarism. If there is level 1, that is between 10 to 40%. If level 2, then that is 40 to 60%, and level 3, that is the most highlighted level, that is 60% and above. But from 0 to 60%, any level of a percentage is a plagiarism. So you should try to write in your own words to avoid plagiarism at any level. And there are different kind of a penalties, like in case of a plagiarism of a thesis and dissertation. If that is level 0 to level 0, that is up to 10%, then there is no punishment. But in a case of level 1, that is 10 to 40%, in that case you need to submit a revised script within a period of a 6 month. अगर आपका plagiarism 10 to 40% के बीच में fall करता है in case of a thesis or dissertations, you need to submit the revised thesis within a 6 month. And if your similarity is between 40 to 60%, then you need to submit a withdraw your script, and you need to submit a revised script within a period of a 1 year. And if your similarity is above 60%, in that case students registration for the program is cancelled if your similarity is above 60%. But for example, if the faculty or the some staff or some person in their research or the academic publications done plagiarism, in that case, if that is a level 0, then that is a minor similarity, there is no punishment for that. But if the level is falls between 10% to 40%, they needs to withdraw the manuscript of their article. And if their similarity is between 40% to 60%, then they should withdraw the manuscript. Their one increment will be denied, and they cannot guide the PhD or the MPhil students for the 2 years. They will be debarred. And if that is for the 60% and above, then they need to withdraw the manuscript, and their 2 increments will be denied, and they cannot guide the masters or the PhD students for 3 years. These all are the punishments when your work is in a pipeline. Okay, but if your work, if for example, if your thesis or your dissertation is submitted, and in that case, what will be the punishment? In that case, in case of thesis and dissertations, uh, there will be a committee by the higher education institution, and that committee will stop your credit for a specific period of a time. Like for example, अगर आपकी PhD thesis और dissertation के 2 साल बाद पता चलता है कि आपके में plagiarism है, then you maybe the committee can decide to that you cannot use your title of a doctorate for 2 years, 5 years or some period. That period will be stopped. And similarly, in case of plagiarism in case of a research papers, in that case, that person will be debarred, like that increment or that thing will be denied, और उनको भी एक स्पेसिफिक पीरियड के लिए अपना जो टाइटल है वो सब चीजें वो यूज करने के लिए स्टॉप कर दिया जाता है, and that committee will decide, that institutional higher education committee will decide about that thing, a punishment level. Now this is the level of a plagiarism and the penalties I discussed. And if you want to check the plagiarism, so there are various kinds of tools right now, the free and the paid also. But UGC is providing Urkun free of cost to all higher education institutions to maintain the academic integrity and to facilitate their similarity index and the research ethics. Urkund is basically available with all the universities. Apart from Urkund, there are 2 other very good sources of a plagiarism detection is Turnitin and Authenticate. Now I'll share my another screen with you all to show how Urkund or Turnitin will work. So I'm sharing my another screen with you all. Just a minute. Yes, this is basically a Turnitin software. I'll tell a very less about Turnitin because I think Subharti University is using a Urkund software. So we'll discuss in detail about Urkund. But I'll just show you a little bit about the Turnitin, how it will work and why most people recommending this software. uh, Turnitin basically a paid software which is having a very good database in backend to check your the similarity of your document, and they are providing very good facilities to users to change the setting and some things. Like for example, in Turnitin, when you open, this kind of a window will appear. You can create a various kind of a classes. For example, if you have a various kind of a department like dental, library, science, history, political science, you can create here a kind of a departments according to your university, and in department you can create like LLM program wise. You can check the documents like LLM, PhD thesis, or research papers or something, whatever is your requirements. According to that you can create the subclasses in Turnitin. And when you go to that specific class, students can submit their assignments. Like here the students submitted their assignments like this, so the students can submit and check their similarity. In Turnitin also they will show the documents in color, different colors. For example, if your plagiarism falls between till 20%, that will show green, but above that yellow, then orange and red, that is above 60%. When you will go to the Turnitin, they will provide you the various kind of assignment settings. You can change your assignment settings, like assignment name you can give like the political science का आप दे सकते हैं, constitutional law or something like that. The assignment title, when they need to start the submission, what it will be the last date to submit the documents, here you can see. And here there are also optional settings like whether the bibliography should be included, quotes should be included or not, like bibliographical material should be included or not, yes or no. You can mention how many words, like as per UGC 14 words are mentioned. But if any university would like to be more strict with plagiarism, they can make it very less. For example, in some universities it would be 8, 10, 4, or maximum can be 14 as per UGC norms. So in Turnitin, they are providing so many options to the end users to edit the set, create classes as per their requirements. And but now I will discuss about the Urkun, which is used by the Subharti University. So when we'll go to the Urkun, I'll start from beginning. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, done. I'll start from beginning, like how you will log into the Urkun. Just type on Google Urkun. There is this kind of a page will appear. Just click on that. This is the main Urkun page, urkun.com. Click on login. Like I am an admin of my Urkun software, so I'll log in as admin. But you have to check out like whether you are the submitter or the receiver of the document. Then you need to click on this side. But I'm clicking on that admin so that I can tell you the more options. So this is the, you just need to type your username and password. This page will appear. Uh, Here you can see welcome me. There are two options: document cap dashboard and units dashboard. Okay, as this software is provided to all the universities by InflipNet, you can check like in the dashboard. your document cap and your details about your university. So for users this is not mandatory or relevant, but I'll show a little bit about it. What is your university ID? What are the characters? Like 60,000 maximum characters. That cap would be 1 lakh. Documents, how many documents your universities can check more. Like in our case, it would be 11,316. And like university ka ID, what would be the R ID allocated document to our university, how many remaining documents with your universities, what is your current usage, and how many receivers or the submitters of your university. These are the just the details about your university. Okay, now I'll go to the units, that is my university details, something like that. For example, here the entire frame on which we need to work out. As per admin, if I want to create some users for as a submitter or as the receiver. For example, if I would like to add my entire course like library science bachelor or the PhD students as a submitter of their thesis, then I just need to type their email. Here I'll type the email. I'll type mine. If I want to invite any submitter or any receiver in my Urkund account, I just need to type the email ID, or I can type not only one, I can type multiple email IDs at the same time, separated by comma. Okay. Then I'll go to the next button. Now I have to decide like whether I am creating this account as a receiver or as a submitter. If I am creating an account as a receiver, then we can receive the document as well as I can submit the document. But if I'll create an account as a submitter, in that case I can only submit the account, submit the document. Submitter account will be created basically for the students, and receiver accounts can be created for the faculty members, and I can just send the invitees. Okay. In my case, my invite is already there, so that is already available. Okay, fine. Create analysis address and send invite to web inbox. Okay. In Orkund, like whenever I'm creating a receiver account, then you can see the my analysis address would be, just see here, like I created Gunjan Gupta dot I is here you will get the dot ili at analysis.orkun.com. That is mine account. Like if I'll create for others as a receiver, then also your account would be like sysadmin.ili at analysis.orkun.com. For example, initial would be your name, then dot your organization like dot Subharti at analysis.orkun.com would be your account email ID. If I create 100 submitters, the students of our university, and they need to submit their document, and I been as a faculty members, it would be very difficult for us to upload all the documents. In that case, we can give this email ID to students, like they can submit their document on this email ID, like gunjanguptavargo.ili at analysis.urkun.com. Like this would be my analysis email ID. If your students submit or email their document on this email ID, then you need not to log in on Orkun document. Your report will automatically come to the Orkun account, and you will get the updates on your email ID, that Gmail email ID which I put earlier. Okay. For example, now I want to see like what are the documents available with the Gunjan, or what all documents she uploaded on a Orkun. I just need to click on that email ID. Just a minute. I just need to click. This is my page, Gunjan page. In this, we have uploaded these many documents on Orkun software. This software is a bit slow in comparison with the Turnitin, but yes, the reports are basically in the hands of the your faculty. In in this entire document, you can see like some documents are deleted and some are not deleted. If I by choice uploaded some document or which I want to delete, then I can also delete that document in Orkun software. I just need to click here like delete from index. I'll just click on that, that is updated, and my document will be deleted from Orkun dictionary. In that way, I can delete my document and that will be updated for after 5 or 10 minutes. That document will be updated. And if I want to check some document like how the report will come and how I can check my things, I'll select some other document. As my document will be deleted in a period of 1 hour or a 30 minutes, my that document will be deleted. See, this is the plagiarism report. Some and none of the document is deleted. Now I would like to see about the document or like how the report came out in this software. Like, see, the plagiarism is you can check out like block count is 81, significance is 3.5, and largest block is 89. This is the report by of the specific person. This is the report came in the Turnitin software, Outcome software. Like this document is of us pages like 3, 4, 5, like 6 number page where maximum you can see orange, and matching you can see like if I want to see how many sources are referred in my document, I can see like this is a 3 alternative sources as are there. If I want to keep my document, my these reference will be excluded from the report, I can select like level 1, level 2, or level 3. Like in level 1 contains overlapping matches. Like if your document content is from one source plus one another source, then I can select the level 1. Likewise, I can select different levels. See, similarity index came out very less now. If I can select like code should be included or not, I can select like in that case codes will not be included. But if I see cross, the codes will be excluded from the report. Similarly with the bracket or detailed differences. I can download my report from here. The Urkun report will came out. And Orkun will provide references like the source details when you download the report. So that is a positive point. If you miss any quotation or the any referencing while writing your articles, you can give your references afterwards also after seeing your similarity report. See, they will provide you the complete reference of your document. Like these are the documents you referred, entire list of references which you missed and considered as a plagiarism. Here it is mentioned like this is the entire match and like 66%, and the source you can source is also mentioned. Then you can also mention this source afterwards in your document. So Urkun will provide you so many options like this in your document. If you want to exclude any source, like you can check out these are the findings of your report, and you can also check out the resources of like these are the sources of your document. Okay. For example, if my this source, I want to exclude from my report. So I here it is included, but if I cross here, my this document will be excluded and the similarity would be zero. Similarly, if I also want to exclude this source, I just need to manually do this. So here the option with the researchers are very less. These can be decided by the faculty members while checking the documents whether any specific document is comes under the plagiarism or not. So in that case, you can decide and you can evaluate the document of your researchers. So these are the basically the basic points of the Urkun. Now I'll tell you. Now this is all about the Urkun software. If any queries, you can ask me in the chat box or you can ask me in the
Thank you, Gunjan. I think everything is well explained by you. Now, question answer session. We have some questions in chat box. First of them, which plagiarism checker software is more authentic?
for the similarity of the document. In Urkund, like these wise, you can create the document.
Okay.
Now, as you have seen that in reports like in Turnitin, you have various kinds of options to like avoid plagiarism. You can manipulate your report, but Orkun will not provide you those facility to manipulate your report. You just need to send your document and your receiver or the faculty member will decide the level of a plagiarism, whether your documents or your content comes under plagiarism or not. But while writing the document, it's really very necessary to maintain the academic integrity and research ethics, and we should try the maximum to avoid plagiarism. And basically, to avoid plagiarism, it is required to read the document carefully, to refer the documents carefully, and to give due credits to your reference or the authors properly. How we can avoid the plagiarism? So there are various kind, like be honest, like if I use some others author's content, so I should give due credit to them and I should acknowledge their work and understand. I should understand what is plagiarism. There are certain times like we are not aware about like plagiarism or something, and that in that case we use like others resources and we don't know how to cite, how to refer, and how to give due citations. In that case, by ignorance you can say we are the part of the plagiarism. And we should be aware how we can cite the documents, how we can use the plagiarism tools, various reference management tools, and how we can discuss with the fellow professionals and the online discussions group about our things and about our research.
Okay. Next question received from Mr. Praval. Does paraphrasing text account to plagiarism? Hello. Hello. I think connection problem. हेलो हाँ आप क्वेश्चन शो कीजिए
Yes.
जस्ट हाँ सम पॉइंट दूसरा क्वेश्चन लीजिए
Sir, I think my screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, my screen is visible to you all.
Yeah. 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 Does paraphrasing text account to plagiarism?
Yes, paraphrasing is the type of a plagiarism. Like if you are paraphrasing and without giving due credits to the author, that is also a part of a plagiarism. Sir, there
Okay.
is some slides which are left over. Should I cover it now?
Okay. Okay. You can
Yeah,
come.
I think my screen was not visible to you all for a certain specific time.
Okay. You can.
I think I was there with till Urkund.
Yes.
Yeah. As you all are asking about paraphrasing, initially I'll tell you how you can avoid plagiarism. Like you should maintain a proper academic integrity and you should be very honest with your work. Like whenever you are paraphrasing, you are using some other person's ideas or you are giving exact words of theirs. So you should mention like references, you should use proper quotes and you should cite all the references and the resources properly. Whenever you are started writing some new article or a thesis, then you should use start with writing your own ideas. Then you should leave some space blank so that you can accommodate others ideas and other sayings on your topic. You should use proper reference management tools because sometimes we are doing plagiarism by ignorance because we are not aware about how to use references, how to cite the resources properly. So in that case, if we are very much aware about the referencing style, citation styles, or we are aware about the reference management tools, that then we can avoid plagiarism to a great extent. Yes, paraphrasing you are talking about. Yes, paraphrasing is a restatement of someone else's idea in your own words, changing a few words or the original sentence or writing in our own words. Paraphrasing paragraphs are also required citations because the idea is not yours. That idea is somewhere someone else, and you are putting that idea in your document. So paraphrasing is also required to be cited properly when you are quoting. For example, in paraphrasing, I am writing, taking someone idea and I'm writing that idea as my own. But in quotations, I am taking the exact words from other documents and how we need to quote. Like when I'm taking 3 4 words with, then I need not to cite the resource. But when I am taking up to 39 words, I need to put in double quotes that resources. But if I'm taking above 39, like 40 words beyond, then I need to put that quotes in 5 line space and a separate paragraph and in quotes. And when I need to put single quotes or double quotes, like when in double quotes there is some saying by some author or someone, like he said, yeah, initially I am using double quote, but within double quote, if there is another saying, then that case I need to use single quote in that double quotes also. And when I'm using some common knowledge or some not common information, in that case also I just need to cite the resources to be on a safer side. I should show that how much a good reader I am, how much references I use in my study, that will help us as a researchers. Citations. A citation basically is the way you tell your readers that certain material in my document is used from some other resources also. Citations help us like to find out like where this idea came out from. Not all resources are good or right. Your idea may be good from the original source, so you can relate your work with other original works. If I'm putting the proper citation, that help me to protect myself from some other person's bad ideas. For example, if I'm not agreeing with the author and if I'm putting some article on the basis of that, maybe my idea will be more good and acknowledged more in comparison with the original author. In that case, the citation will help readers to relate my idea and my article with the original author or with their ideas. Maybe they acknowledge my work more. If I am citing my documents properly, then I can create a kind of a image that I am referring and reading more in comparison with the persons who are not citing the documents or referring the documents. When to cite, like whenever we are using a course, whenever we are paraphrasing, whenever we are using the someone ideas and already which is already expressed somewhere, whenever you make a specific reference to the work of another, and whenever someone else work has been critical in developing your own ideas, in all those cases we need to cite the resources properly. And whenever we are citing the resources, we are trying to avoid plagiarism in our document. There are various kind of a citation styles. Like for humanities, Chicago MLA; for sciences, it's ACS, IEEE, NLM, and vernacular. In social sciences, also there are four so, four citation styles, that is AAA, APA, APSC, and legal styles. But as a writer and as a researcher, maybe I'm not aware about these citation styles. In that case, I can use the various tools. These days, the tools are available with the Microsoft Word, and the separate free tools are also available. I'll just tell you in brief about those. But I'll also tell you about the difference between the references and the bibliography. For example, I read 100 article for writing a thesis, but I'll not use exact words or phrases in my thesis of all those articles. So whenever I am creating a bibliography, I can mention all those 100 articles, because these articles were read by me during my thesis or during my research work. But whenever I'm writing a references list, referencing is like the exact quotes or the words or the lines, paraphrases which are used in my document. In that case, I'll create reference list. So in a thesis or a some documents, bibliographical list can be more resources, but reference list is the resources which I use in my document. So maybe as a researcher of a law sciences, you are not aware about the how to create APA style referencing or how to cite the documents. So I'll just tell you in very brief about these reference management tools. I'll tell you the Mendeley. Mendeley is basically a free software provided by the Elsevier. Hopefully you can see my this screen. Now I'm changing my screen. Now I'm changing my screen to share the Mendeley's original screen to tell you how you can cite without any hurdle in your documents. And if you are not aware about APA, MLA, vernacular style, how you can cite the resources. I'll just share my different screen. Can you see this Mendeley screen?
Yes.
This is the Mendeley software. You just need to type Mendeley in a Google. This window will appear. You just click on Mendeley. There are two types of a version in Mendeley. One is a desktop version, one is an online version. And if you download that desktop version, that will provide you the unlimited storage capacity as per your system storage. But in online version, there is just a 2 GB storage capacity. So you can. Hello.
Yes,
Am
ma'am.
I audible to you all?
Yes, yes.
And my screen on of Manly is visible to you all?
Yes.
Okay. In Manly, you just need to type Manly and you will like, my login is already there, so I'll just log out. I'll just show you the thing. Like when you type in a Google, this screen will appear. If you want to download a desktop version, just click on the download. The Mendeley software will be downloaded on your screen, and by that time you can also sign in. You can sign in with your Gmail ID or any Yahoo ID. You need to type your Gmail ID and you need to type your password. Just sign in Google in Mendeley. There is one library you can see. These all are the documents which I uploaded in Mendeley's desktop version and I used during my research through desktop version. Through my research on a desktop version, but these all documents are synced automatically with the online version automatically when I log in with Mendeley online version. Now I'll show you the Mendeley's desktop version, how it will work and how you can cite the documents through Mendeley's. This is the Mendeley desktop version. Here you can see the entire resources and the documents. I just need to open my document. I just need to open any document. For example, I'll just open any document in Word format. That is, you can sync with Mendeley's online desktop version. This is the document. For example, if you are writing any research paper and you are not aware like how to cite the document, in which what is the best referencing styles, so you can just write your document and key save your entire PDF or documents or the research work or your references in Mendeley. If you have any PDF, you can just drag in Mendeley document. For example, there is one PDF on my desktop. I can just drag that PDF in Mendeley and that will appear here. See. And resources, title, everything will be appear here. Okay, you can just drag the documents in Mendeley desktop version. And if, for example, I took these quotations in my article from one source and I would like to cite that document referencing, I just click on the word reference and there is you can see the Mendeley option that is synced with Mendeley online version and offline version. I just need to click insert citation. I just need to go to the Mendeley. I need to select the documents from which I took that specific code. I select the article and just click on cite, see above.
Huh. There is oh, no, no. Yes, you are audible, not visible.
Ma'am, your camera is off, I think. You need to start your video.
No, my camera is not off actually.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, now
Visual.
you're visible, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, now I'll try to share my screen again. Sir, I'm not able to share my screen.
Okay, no problem. You.
That's okay, ma'am. You can take some questions and move towards the end of the webinar now. Ma'am, if you have YouTube open on your desktop, just stop the YouTube video.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
नहीं दिख रही थी।
Screen.
नहीं।
Should I continue with desktop version of?
Ma'am, we can't see your screen actually, so we won't be able to continue with the presentation till the time we see
Okay,
this.
fine. We can take out the question answer.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Sumit Kumar Cellular. क्वेश्चन लीजिए ना नेक्स्ट इसको लीजिए क्वेश्चन दिस हाँ हाँ a question received from Sumit next ये लीजिए ना ये नेक्स्ट लीजिए
नेक्स्ट यही है सर
ये क्वेश्चन नहीं है
ये वाला
ना how we can avoid plagiarism?
Sir, we can avoid plagiarism like by giving proper referencing. In my next slide, sir, I would like to cover that reference management tools because as a researchers, many times I'm not aware like how to cite the documents because we are from a library science background. We know about the referencing style, citation styles, but a student of a science stream, social sciences stream, normal, so they are not aware much about like AP style, MLA style, and maybe they are not trying to do plagiarism, that is done by the ignorance of certain parameters. So we need to make them aware about those referencing style, citation style, and we need to facilitate them by proper orientation about the reference management tools. These days there are very good reference management tools like Mendeley is available. Like if you are not aware about APA, you are not aware about Chicago MLA style, you don't know how to cite the document, and maybe whenever you are reference doing the some document research, your documents can be scattered the PDFs. So in proper, like if you have a proper tool, you can save all those documents in your that Mendeley software or the Zotero software. And whenever do you are writing any article, you can give proper citation by using those tools. In my next slides, maybe there is some technical glitch. I am not able to share my Mendeley screen. Otherwise, you will be very much aware about how you can cite the result.
Okay, last question is regarding to provide Urkund software free of cost for engineering college through AICT. There is a policy, any policy of Government of India or Inflipnet?
Sir, right now, Inflibnet is providing Urkund software free of cost to all the universities, irrespective of their stream, like whether it is science or social sciences. They are providing Urkund software to all the universities or all higher education institutions. Both
I think I
and
think
that is based and that document cap is based on the strength of a specific university.
I think
The
they can
faculty
contact
strength only
Net
30%.
Center.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Gunjan.
Thank you
And
so much, sir.
thank you all for participating in today's webinar. We hope to see you again in next time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There is one question like by Sumit Kumar, like there, what are the online websites where we can check out our documents to detect plagiarism? So, sir, you can check your plagiarism on a Grammarly. That is a very good website that will be by ProQuest, and you can check your document plagiarism free of cost through that. That
Thank
is
you.
very authentic website.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you all
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
for joining us. Okay.